So hello and welcome everyone to this next lesson, and yeah, we will jump right in and try to build some kind of exterior stuff. This time a little bit, I think we will go a little bit more close up on the building, and in later lessons we will add, we will try to make grass and trees all from the ground up, and then we will add this in later lessons to this scene as well. Right now and today I really want to focus on this building itself and just simply, I don't know, download some textures, make the shading good, make the lighting good, and I really want to make you see how easy this is. So right now I did just simply drop in a cube. To be honest, I mean, I have a little bit of a clue. I saw a building before that I want to maybe rebuild, that I have a little bit in my head, and you can just simply follow along. So just simply make a cube in a scene, make it 2800 high. The set size is right now 810 centimeters. X is 200. Make sure if you hit Ctrl D that you're here working in centimeters with project scale, and also here edit preferences units, that you also have this set here to centimeters as well. Then you should be on the same page as me. So the first thing I will do is, I think I will just make this editable. Select this polygon in the back here, just simply draw it back here a little bit. Maybe something like this, so we get a little bit of room. Let's maybe make this here -1000 here in the X. So if you really want to follow along in this modeling part as well. Okay, so I think this will be where the rooms are located, and I still want to have a little bit of different walls as well. So I will just try to extrude this here, select this polygon, and wait a minute, maybe not like this. Let's make cuts first to this cube. I think this would be better. Maybe let's make a knife first of all, then change maybe to plane mode, and this should not 2800 high. How many cuts do we need? We need, I think I want to have 3 or 4 rooms, each maybe spacing, I would say, let's say the room is 240 centimeters, and I still want to add a little bit of a gap above the room, which we need to model in as well. So I think the gap would be high 50 centimeters. So let's say for each room 290 centimeters, so 240 plus 50. So let's go 290 centimeters in spacing here. I think this is even a little bit, let's maybe go with the room size higher. Let's maybe go 390. Yeah, I think that's okay. If you want to build 3 rooms, yeah, might be okay. Room size of 290, well, not so common, but why not? I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I think the shot will look awesome in the end. As you can see now, I did only make the cuts down here. This is because I have selected here restrict to selection, which I don't really like. And here we should just try to make this somewhere in the middle. Maybe on the, let's try it in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. Let me get to a different view. Let's make some cuts here. Okay, perfect. And now I want to make a few more cuts for this thing that I want to extrude. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I mean, this should really just be an introduction to exteriors. So we are not, I don't know, we don't really have a photo right now, which we are, which we get all our information, how this should look like, and so on and so on. So we will just simply try to make a cool, nice exterior shot that looks like, yeah, that looks somehow good. So I want to extrude those things a little bit. So let me extrude this right here. Whoop. What is going on? Okay, now it's working. Perfect. Let's make sure that create caps is ticked off, and let's extrude this here a little bit out, like this. Maybe not so much, maybe just like this. And then we go bevel, and we'll already try to bevel those edges here a little bit. Because otherwise, if this is so super, well, let's maybe switch in edge mode. Hold down the control key, edge mode, bevel. Because sorry about that. In the real world, there are no perfect edges. So you don't have this perfect 90-degree edge here. So we always need to try, also with other models, we always need to try to bevel this a little bit. Just so we get a little bit more of those highlights, reflections, and so on and so on. It just doesn't needs to be perfect, because perfection is something that is simply not happening in the real world, at least not on buildings on such edges. So we need to take this perfection somehow a little bit away so that the eye doesn't catch it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of important for us. And what I also want to do is I want to select those in-between parts where the rooms will be or the windows will be located, and let's go extrude inner. And let's maybe extrude this a little bit in like this. Hit the T key, scale it a little bit in like this. Maybe that's not such a good idea. That's no, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not if I want to make cuts for the windows. Let's maybe make 2 cuts. Let's go knife, loop, and let's make a cut. Maybe let's say the windows are that long. Then we have a little bit of wall or something else in between. Let's go 65% here. So shift to lock 65%, and let's go here 60. I think we need we need 55, right? Yes, I think so. No, we need even more. We need 50, of course. Let's make the cut. Okay, perfect. So now here we could have our windows, and here in the middle we could, I don't know, we could extrude this a little bit. Let's say maybe, let's make here an extrude inner. This is really up to us. I mean, this is just us playing around in the scene and make somehow an exterior that looks a little bit appealing. Maybe like this, maybe not. Maybe let's maybe make an extrude inner, and then let's maybe extrude it a little bit out. Like this, maybe. Then make another extrude inner. Oh no, before we do this, let's jump into edge mode by holding down the control key as well. So we're getting this selection right here, and then we click bevel. We should still have the same values as before, and just click new transform. So we get the exact same values, and now we jump back into our poly mode. I think we need to select this now again, or do we? No, we don't. Let's go extrude inner, and let's maybe extrude this now a little bit inwards. I don't know, just for whatever reasons. Maybe something like this. I mean, we could also use this here as windows and could try to make 3 windows everywhere. I mean, it would also not look too shabby. Might look cool, to be honest. Let's go back. Let's maybe make this for all 3 things here. Let's maybe make 3 windows. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if extrude inner works. No, as you can see, all 3 are getting selected, which is not good. So we need to tick off preserve groups here. Then extrude inner again. And now we can individually scale them down a little bit. Let's maybe make it like this. And then we extrude this out like before. Okay. Maybe for 10 centimeters. So offset 10 centimeters, yes. And then we hit control key, left mouse button on the edge thingy here. Click, right click bevel, new transform. Control key, left mouse click on the poly. Extrude inner. Like this, maybe for 10 centimeters as well. And then we go extrude and extrude this in, like maybe this here. Let's maybe make it 5 centimeters inwards. Okay, perfect. Let me see how this looks right now. Well, not too bad, I think. No, maybe not 5 centimeters. Let's maybe just go in, maybe minus 3. Maybe it looks better, I think. Yeah. Yep, minus 3 might look better. Okay, perfect. So we have our windows here. And what we'll try to do now is we will go select loop selection. And now we need to select those edges here. Those edges, yes, and here as well, and here as well. Because we need to bevel this here, of course. So we don't have those perfect edges. So just a little bit of selection work here. Nothing really special going on. Okay, perfect. Maybe here. Alright. Maybe here. Alright. And let's make a little bevel. Bevelerino. And let's bevel this here a little bit. Yes, maybe we should have just gone new transform here. I think the bevel is now. Let me go back here. No, let me go forward, back. Okay. Let's just go with one offset 1 centimeter subdivision 3 and new transform. I think this is fine. This is just fine. Okay, perfect. So we have somehow some windows, we have some rooms here. Man, looks a little bit kind of strange, but we could also go for some kind of new architectural look. I mean, hey, we are our own boss, so we can pretty much do whatever we like to. And I think we will just select those polys here now on the side and extrude this building here a little bit more, whoops, in this direction. Maybe somehow like this, just a little bit, maybe for 500 centimeters. Okay, alright. And then we could extrude again. Maybe not so much this time, maybe just for 250. Let's maybe make it 400, 420. Let's make it 420. Now we select this side and go here a little bit in this direction. Extrude, and we bring this like this. Let's maybe for 1200. Maybe not so much. Let's maybe just make it, I don't know, let's maybe make it 500. Then we extrude again for maybe 400. And then we bring this a little bit on the outs. Oops. And we try to bring this a little bit here on the outside like this. So we get a little bit of an, I don't know, just a little bit of a curve here, somehow a curve. I think this looks pretty good. And then we could make maybe a shot like this, which will already look pretty cool, I think. But we also need to extrude somehow this side. So we get here also a little bit of, let's say, a little bit more room to play with. Let's extrude this here as well, maybe for 620. Looks okay to me. And let's, maybe not so much. Let's maybe go extrude 400. And then we extrude another time for maybe like 500. Select this side here. And we go extrude, bring it a little bit in this direction, yes. And extrude it once again. And bring this here a little bit in maybe, so we get here a little bit of an edge as well. Or a curve as well. Let me see this, if we would make shot like this, if we somehow would see this. No, not really. Maybe we shouldn't extrude so much here. Let's maybe extrude this only for 200 first of all. Or 240, and let's extrude it again for 340, and let's bring this in here. Like this. And let's see if you would see this. Probably, and now we extrude one more time. Like this. Then we also could see here this curve. Somehow. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think this will give us a good shot. And we will also drop a ground plane, of course. So we need somehow some, just for the light, you know, to bounce around when we really set up our HDRI or sunlight, whatever comes to our mind. This ground plane will definitely give us just a little bit more light. I will show you later on what it really looks like if you don't have a ground plane, because you say, okay, for this shot that I'm making here, I don't really need it. This ground plane will still reflect a lot of stuff, so yeah, just simply make that ground plane. And I think one more thing that we could have done, maybe it looks good like that, I'm not sure yet. We really need to see if we can make this shot as appealing as I wanted it to be. We could still make here a little bit something. I think this still looks a little bit too, we could model a few more things in here. Let's maybe bring those things here in. We could extrude those in a little bit. Also on the other side here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just holding down the shift key. If you want to deselect something, control key. And yeah, let's maybe just bring those things in. Maybe this looks nice and cool. I'm not even sure if we will see it on the shot, but maybe it looks nice. Let's just simply bring it in like this. And then we'll go select loop selection. And we just have to go and select all those stuff here. Because we need somehow some different edges. Whoops, there's not too much selected. That's not good. Okay, other side. Let's select this here. And let's bevel this. Yes, like this. I should have just gone new transform again. Let's bring this back down to 1 centimeter. And then we should be fine. Let me look at this, how this does look like here on this edge. Not so good. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect modeling here. I think we can get away with that, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I think we will. We will. Okay, that's good. And maybe a little bit something more. Maybe we could try to, I don't know, make somehow. Yeah, what we should definitely do is we should give this here, we should close the rooms here on the inside, because otherwise if we want to install a light, let's say here on the 3rd floor or something like that, then it will shine down to the 2nd floor and of course also down to the 1st floor if you're not setting up here a correct floor, of course. So we need to do this as well. So what we could do is, let me just check this. This is a really big windows. This is like that. Yeah. So I think the ground plane should be, I mean, I'm not even sure if I like those windows right now, to be honest. With all of those windows, just let's maybe delete the windows here on this in the middle. I think this will give us a little bit more sexiness. I mean, this will now be bad to delete because we beveled so much. Maybe I should leave it because this will now really take some time to delete this. Well, maybe not. Let's just simply try it like this. Loop selection and select this middle part. And let's see how fast we can really delete everything here away. And then we can just run the optimize command. Okay, I can select this right now. Let's see how I can select this. No. Always the live selection tool. Maybe not the best idea, but what can you do? Let's delete this, this, this. Okay, this is not working. This one here. Yes. This one. Now we can just simply select them in the scene. Maybe like this. Yes. This one. This one needs to be gone as well. And this one. And this one. I mean, I'm not doing this with a plan just because I want to show you how easy it is that you also can come up with your own ideas. I mean, you can just simply jump in and say, okay, let's make an exterior. Let's play around a little bit, you know. So let's hit Control A, optimize. So we get rid of those unused points right now. We don't need them anymore. And let's try to bridge this here together. So like this and like this. And then like this and like this. Oh, okay. Here we need to watch out a little bit because here we have already a little bit extruded. Then we need to bring this down like this. And we need to close those things here as well again. Which will not be so easy because of the bevel. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, I think we have to delete this complete section, otherwise we will just run into problems over problems over problems again, and this would just take too much time for us. Let's jump in a different view. Let's maybe jump in this view and let's take the rectangle selection, get rid of only select visible elements. And let's see what we can do here. Okay, it looks pretty good so far. Let's select everything. Perfect. And let's delete. And let's go optimize. Okay, perfect. So we are basically back to the start. Well, not really back to the start, but we just need to bridge this back together. And we are good to go. Let's just drag this out. I should have done it like this, because then I don't need to stop dragging out lines. Just like this, like this, like this, and so on and so on. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's jump on the inside. Let's make, we don't really have a, or we should have, yeah. Let me get rid of the plane so I can see a little bit better what's going on. And we need to bridge this like this, and then up here, in the back, and here. It's just a little bit of work. I mean, this is not really something really painful now. I mean, we can do this relatively quickly. That's no problem whatsoever. We could have done it maybe also faster with stitch and stew. But I'm not sure if this method always works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's this comment here, stitch and stew. You could try to just simply make an select loop selection on this side and loop selection on this side, and then just stitch and stew and see if the points are all fitting together. I mean, we could try this quickly if this was really fast. Let me just go back. And let's go select loop selection. Select loop selection and then stitch and sew, and then we'll try to bring this together. Yeah, does work. We only get rid of one cut, but basically it did work. Okay, so we just simply need to make another cut here. And let's do this maybe somewhere around here. Yeah, okay, perfect. Let's just simply run an optimize command, Control A, optimize, just to get rid really of all the points that we might have selected. Okay, and now we can make something new. Maybe we make really one long window here. Really one long window, which also would look, I think, somehow great. But then we would see also too much from the inside, which I don't want, because we will not be doing some interior stuff right now, so we will not sticking things in there. Before we do anything else, we should just simply create the floors here, I think. So we should somehow create a floor, maybe here, bridge, and try to make, we should just simply try to, okay, let me enable here X-ray, so I can see a little bit through my building. And now we should just try to create a floor, basically, which will not be so easy when I look at this. What could we do? What could we do? Oh, I have the perfect idea. What is going on? Let me get rid of this X-ray for now, and let me disable the plane. And let's just simply take this here. Let's select our complete downside like this of the building, and we will just simply do a right click and then go disconnect. Oh no, not disconnect. Sorry. Split. Let's go split, and this gives us this floor as our own geometry in the scene. So as you can see now, I only have the floor here. Let's make this floor maybe, let's extrude it a little bit. Let's make it, I don't know, 20 centimeters. 20. And create caps ticked on. Perfect. Let's hit Control A and see how the polygons look. Everything looks fine. Let's also check this on our building, if everything looks fine and in place. Everything yellow. Yes, looks good. Perfect. And now we can use this floor here just simply by duplicating it 1, 2, 3 by holding down the Control key, drag and drop. Now we have 3 floors that we can bring in, and let me enable X-ray again here in the scene. Whoops. X-ray is enabled. I think I also have to click the right object here. X-ray, perfect. And now we take off, okay, this isn't working like this. Let's just simply enable X-ray here. Let's call this building, first of all. Building. And now let me take off the X-ray here. We don't need this anymore. And now we just need to find our floor. Where's the floor that I just did pull in? Okay, it's still down there. And now we can just simply bring in our floors that we need. And let's just bring them in somehow to this line here. So always to those 50 centimeter things that we did, or not really 50 centimeters, but you know what I mean. And let's see, this is a little bit better aligned. Let's bring this up here to this floor. Perfect. And let's bring this up to the next one. Like this. Maybe we could also change the perspective, of course, to make this a little bit better. Let's also go mesh axis center axis 2, so that they're really centered to our object. And now we can bring this here a little bit better into place. Let's look at this cube. I don't think we need this. Well, we could make 4 floors, why not? Let's bring this in as well. Let's go mesh axis center axis 2 as well. Bring this up to this first line here. Let's check the other ones. Here we're a little bit off. Let's go mesh axis center 2. And bring this down here. Okay. And here on this floor as well. Perfect. Pretty perfect. So this is how we can create really fast a floor for all the floors that we have. So this is pretty good. So this is how it's looking right now. We could also try to make some walls here on the inside. I mean, this is something that I would only consider if I would have more windows, like they're going out from this side as well. So I have some windows here as well and here as well, so that the light that is coming here from the middle is not bouncing around through this complete room and then maybe finds an exit here through this window here, because you definitely have inside this building some walls going on. You have doors and so on and so on. And this might look, I mean, could also look realistic if you just have really an open floor up there. Yeah, so it really depends on how the inside of the building looks. But since we only have the windows here on this side, it doesn't really matter to us anyway. Okay, so anything else that we need? I think we still need our windows, that's for sure. So let's get rid here of the X-ray mode, because we know what's going on already. Let's see if we can see the floors through here a little bit. We shouldn't be able to. But what do you know? You know? What do you know? You know. Sometimes it can happen. Okay. So we still need our windows, and now we really need to think about what kind of windows do we want to have. Do we want to have one big window here? Do we want to have like maybe one window here on the left, one window here on the right, and then maybe here in the middle something else? Yeah, we could. Let's do it like this. Let's maybe make a knife cut here in the middle. So let's bring this here to 50%. And then we go from here at just 20%. Now we should really go way higher. Let's go maybe 90%. That's way too much. Let's maybe go 80%. Let's maybe go 70%. I think that's looking good. Okay. And let's do the same thing here on this side. So let's go 70% here as well. And now we could just bring those things here a little bit to the outside. So let's go extrude like this. Maybe. create caps is on. Okay, this is not even a bad thing right now. And I think I wanna make here something nice. So let's go select loop selection and delete those polygons here. Also delete them here and delete them here. And now we could try to extrude them here a little bit. Extrude arena. Whoops. What is going on here? Okay, extrude. And let's bring it out like this maybe. Okay, let's go bevel mode. Go select loop selection again, and we need to bevel both sides in this case. Alright. Oh, this might look cool. I think this will look cool. Let's select this on the other side here as well. Why is this not working? Come on. Let's get selected here. Yeah, like this. Perfect. Oops, now I totally lost myself in the scene. Is here everything selected? No, not really. Not really good. Let's try this like this, and we should also bevel this, of course. We should make sure that all edges are selected simply. Okay, let's maybe just go Control A on this. Oh, no, we can't do this right now. Because those things still belong to the building somehow. We need to split this then. I think we should split this right now before we do anything else. So let's go select loop selection. Go to poly mode and let's try to select. No, this is not really bad to select, but doesn't matter. Let's just try it like this. This is not really somehow. Yeah. A little bit of a bad thing here that we need to do it like this, but it's okay. Let's just select all polygons here. Okay, that's good. And let's go split. But this time we will hit, right after we hit split, also hit the delete key, so that this thing gets originally deleted from the building. And now we should have those plates. So we'll just call this plates. And now it should be way easier. Now let's hit Control A. Let's jump into edge mode, and we will just only get rid of those middle edge here, because we don't need to bevel this one. And let's go bevel arena, and let's bevel this a little bit somehow. Yeah, it's maybe 1 centimeter might be fine as well. Okay. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. So we have here some plates in front. Now we only need to connect them somehow to the wall, because they're flying around. I mean, we probably wouldn't even see if we have our camera around here. We probably wouldn't even see that they are flying. But we could still, just for shadow purposes, and what do I know, we could really try to make this somehow connect. I mean, we could just simply take one cylinder just to save ourselves a little bit of time and not making maybe, I don't know, 4 cubes for each of this. We could just go like this, rotate this here for 90 degrees, and just bring it up, then bring it in like this. So this is basically a cylinder that is holding this complete thingy here. So like this and like this. And yeah, it's really sticking in right now, which I don't like. So let's make this here a little bit smaller, the cylinder. And let's see that we have here somehow. Doesn't need to be connected perfectly, but I think like this it's already perfect. Okay, and let's go in a different view mode, maybe front. And let's just duplicate this cylinder. Bring it here into place. Let's duplicate it once again, bring it here into place. And we should have a little bit something here. Okay, perfect. Let's just go objects, group objects. Put this in a null object, just simply call this, I don't know, cylinders for now. Doesn't matter. Plates, building. Here we have the ground plane. Let's call this also ground plane. And here we have our, what is this again? Cube. Oh, our floors. So let's just take this here, objects, group objects as well, and call this floors. Okay, perfect. And now we need to care a little bit about those windows. So let's jump to the building once again. And I think that we are pretty much ready. So let's just only do the windows now. Let's select all of those windows and go a little bit extrude inner. Yeah, maybe for 5 centimeters. Okay, let me just type it in, otherwise it doesn't seem that I can find this value here. And then we bring this in without create caps. So create caps ticked off. Should we bring it in that much? I don't even think this looks, I think this looks good. Let's bring it in here for maybe minus 18.9. Let's maybe make it even minus 20. So we get a nice round value here. Okay, perfect. And the last thing that I want to do, because glass, I mean, you can go without it, but I really don't like this solution. We could also make here the glass, give it a little bit of thickness, because glass just simply has thickness in Windows, and V-Ray and all the other engines will also recognize this, if the glass has thickness or not. And this is also where this here comes in play. This orange and blue thing, if you ever wondered what all this means. I mean, this just simply means front and back sides. And if we extrude this now, let's say maybe we only extrude here this window. Let's see if all the others are selected as well. Sorry. No, they are not. So let's select all those windows. And let's maybe extrude this just for, I don't know, 0.5 centimeters or something like that. Let's go right click extrude and minus 0.5. So let's just type it in, minus 0.5. Then you will see here we have blue and on the other side we have orange. And this means, okay, here we renounce, okay, here the light goes in, then I have some space in between, and after 0.5 centimeters on this blue side, I leave this glass again. And this is exactly what we then will consider also inside for thickness and so on. The only thing we need to do is we need to go select loop selection and select this little thing that we just created as well as the front side. And we need to do this now for all windows. Let me just enable here backface culling, so I can see a little bit better what's going on and navigate here a little bit better without hitting all the objects here. Now maybe backface culling doesn't even help so much in this case here. Let's maybe just get rid of the floors for now. So let's make them invisible in the viewport. Yeah, this helps a lot, basically. Okay. Does this? No, this doesn't even have now some thickness. Sorry, I did something completely wrong. Let's go back here before we did extrude this. I think we can just simply... Are all those windows selected? We need to make that sure. It's really sometimes hard in exteriors when you're on the inside, outside, to navigate through. Yeah, all are selected. Okay, let's go on the inside and let's go extrude again. With create caps ticked on. This is important. And then we go 0.5 centimeters in the back. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now we have some real thickness. Otherwise we wouldn't have now any thickness whatsoever. But as you can see now, the windows have changed to blue here in the front, which is not good. So we select those polygons, go right click and go reverse normals. Let's check the rest of the scene. Okay, looks pretty good. Only those things here in the back, we could just select them as well and reverse those normals as well. Even out here it wouldn't really matter, but I just want to have it nice like that. So let's go reverse normals. Okay, let's check again, everything looking good, and let's look on the inside of the window. This is now blue. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, this is pretty perfect. Now let's select all those polygons that we need. There should also be a button that is called grow selection. So we could do this like this. Let's just select all the back sides of those windows. So like this, then let's go down one floor, select this window, go down one floor, and this window, and this window. Then we can go select grow selection, so it will only grow for one polygon now. This is perfect. And then we'll select the front side as well. And go select set selection. And now, as soon as we drop a shader and drop in this shader then the selection tag in, which I will show you then only those windows will get, all those selections that we made will get this material, and everything else on the building will not, which is pretty cool. Okay, and last but not least, let's set up a camera here. Let's try to find here a really nice angle. So let's get a camera, and let's maybe try to make a shot like this maybe. Maybe this is a little bit too far up. And I also want to change the lens here. Let's maybe go with 50. Also looks good. I think we need to go up a little bit, otherwise the ground plane is in the way. Hello. Okay, perfect. Let's try to find a really, really good angle here. Maybe like this. Maybe we should go down here with the lens. Maybe we should go with a wide angle of 25 millimeters. Maybe this is good. Somehow like this. And let's first of all, let's save the file before I do anything else, because I will cry when I lose this file now. Let's go ZeroToHero and save this file. And yeah, I think we can close the modeling chapter here. And the next chapter, we just simply will try to make this as beautiful as we can. And then we will just render out some multipasses. So I will show you in Octane and in V-Ray how you can work with multipasses and how you can use them to your advantage, and how much you can do with them, and how to set them up properly in both engines, of course. And yeah, so this will be the next chapter. A little bit of texturing, a little bit of rendering, making it look cool, and then rendering out, then talking about the multipass system, and then bringing it all together back in Photoshop and making the last tweaks. Okay, so thanks for listening in this first part, and I'll catch you in the next one.